Well, welcome back to Be Like That. No hobo again today. You're still just stuck with Ryan and Samson over here. So, today I thought it'd be fun to talk about you were talking about getting some property out in the mountains somewhere, kind of doing your own thing. I'd like to see what kind of plans you got for that and see what we can't come up with.
Yeah, me, my brother, and now my cousins want to hop in on it too. We're just wanting to buy a piece of anywhere from 50 to 100 acres, undeveloped, untouched, so it's going to be relatively cheap. And once we buy it off, because plan on staying on the road for a year to a year and a half, buy it all cash up front. It's no mortgage, no down payments or anything to deal with. It's just once we buy it, it's ours, deed it up, take it to the courthouse, then split that into three. So we each have our own piece of land that we ain't got to worry about. If somebody else messes up or something, we lose it all. And my plan was once I get my house built there, because I ain't going to build no big fancy house. I don't plan on having kids or anything. Just two, maybe three bedroom house in case I want to have a friend over or something. Start trying to build like a little community garden like how you're doing with your family right now. That way we ain't got to do all that. Maybe get a couple cows here and there. But we also the reason why we want to lean towards the more the 100 acre is because we want to get a decent chunk of it, clear cut it, and set up a solar farm. That way we ain't got to pay for energy. And I was looking at it. I think it was 40 acreage of solar panels. I actually make pretty decent money selling it back to the electric company. And where the government is pushing for green alternatives, which let's be honest, solar panels ain't a green alternative. All the shit goes into making them. God. But they give a grant up to like half of the cost, I think. And if you get the government grant, maybe banks would be more open to doing it. I'm not sure exactly because we really ain't got that far into the research. We want to actually buy the property before we start worrying about that.
Right, kind of play it by ear on that. I would, I mean, from working with the government, I would really heavy look into the government grant. I don't know anything about them, but I would look into that heavily 'cause I don't really trust the government that much.
I don't either. But if they're willing to give me money,
I mean, take it if it's
if it's actually a grant and not a loan disguised as a grant,
right. If there's no strings attached, I mean, better you than somebody else.
there is some strings attached to what we was looking at. Like you do have to sell back a certain percentage of the electricity you make back into an electric company. Otherwise, they're buying this solar farm for nothing.
Right.
Which that's the original plan. We just the way I want to do it is when I get my house built, I'm gonna have a couple on-site solar panels for my personal house. That way, we'll still use the electric from the electric company, but in case like there's a power outage or something, because storms here knock down power lines every time it storms, and build up a bunch of battery banks. So in case something does happen, we have a backup.
Right. Got to worry about the batteries. I hear a little pricey.
Batteries are a little pricey, is an understatement. They are expensive. That's the most expensive thing I've seen so far looking into. That, and depending on how far you are from an actual active electrical line that can handle that wattage that's coming in, if I'm up the side of a mountain and there ain't no electric run up there, I'll have to pay the electric company to run it. And that is expensive.
Right. So I mean, all that aside, the the solar stuff, it'd be what that'll be. Um, I mean, from what I can tell, you mentioned cattle. Are we talking food, or
We're still undecided on that because my brother wants to try to get into the actual cattle business, Not really heavily, but maybe get a bull and a couple heifers and auction off their babies or whatever.
Okay, because
And
I know dairy is kind of a lot of work
yeah,
for what it is, and then the beef they need a lot of land, like they need plenty of grazing area. Like if you were just trying to do like a self sufficient like food thing, I've heard rabbits do really well.
they
Uh,
do. We used to have rabbits.
Goats.
I don't want goats. Fuck goats. I've tried the goats. No, no, fuck them.
So goats are out. Sheep. I don't know how they work as livestock. I know they like to shave them and do something with the fur.
The wool.
Yeah.
We do sell the wool obviously because wool goes into a lot of your stuff, especially if it's mixed blend and whatnot. But if I do sheep, I would still not want to do a lot because, like I said, I'm not sitting here. I'm not trying to run a ranch
Right.
because if I run a ranch, then now I'm going to be working that ranch 24/7 instead of just having a small little retreat.
You're just trying to get enough to where you don't really have to work and you can just kind of hang around the house and do some stuff here and there. But it's not like you're trading your full time job for a extra full time job running a farm at home.
Exactly, and like that's why I was kind of leaning towards the solar farm because once it's up and running, a lot of the work, I think, I might be wrong on it. Maybe whoever somebody does see this who works with solar farms, I can put some pointers down there. But I don't. Once it's up and running, I don't think it's a lot of work going into it. You're just basically doing like little patrols around, checking the solar panels, the wiring, and whatnot. But I just, yeah, I'm fine with continuing to work. I just once I get my land, get my house built, have no actual payments, and have that so I can have the cows and little community garden. So we ain't buying a lot of food. Maybe like just going and grab the stuff we don't grow, like your honey, your flour, whatnot. That way, when I do come back off the road, hell, I'll go to fucking McDonald's, go flip a burger for minimum wage because most of my food and stuff's already at home. I'll have solar, no matter what, I'm gonna have solar panels to power my house. So I'm not gonna be buying a lot of electricity eventually. So my bills will maybe be water, but if I got under like a well or something, I ain't gonna have to worry about that either. Just something simple that when I do come off the road and actually retire, like I'm still self sufficient.
Right.
But there's also enough there to keep me busy so I don't go stir crazy.
Yeah, we've got a hard time sitting still.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some times where I just want to be a couch potato.
Right.
But you can only do that a day or two before it's just, I want to do something. I need to get out of the fucking house, go have fun.
I mean, I think I took 2 weeks of vacation 5 years ago or something like that, and I mean, I got so much stuff done, but I couldn't just sit around. I mean, it was
Yeah. You're
I
still doing stuff.
I ran out of things to do. I took my four wheeler apart just to like knock a little surface rust off the frame and repaint the frame and just put it completely back together. Like my wife was ready to kill me. I had parts of the engine in the sink. I had the whole plastic kit in the shower because it was also winter. So I was bringing everything inside to clean it up. And
Because if you cleaned it up outside and left it, it'd just freeze over.
yes, I got everything nice and clean and shiny. Put everything back. It looked about brand new just for me to go cut donuts in the front yard. And, she come home and she was like, "What's in my sink?" And I was like, "It's part of a carburetor." And I was like, I didn't see anything about it. She was throwing a fit. I was like, wait till you go to take a shower then if this is how you act over a little carburetor.
There's a broken apart engine sitting in your shower. A couple your like actual fairings and stuff.
Yeah, so she hates it. We're looking at getting new houses. We're just gonna get a double wide, get a permanent foundation on it so it lasts a little longer.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it new from the factory, so it's not won't be moved around that much. They'll build it at the factory. They'll set it up over here in the field, and then it'll never move again. So a lot of your trailers, they have a hard time going from like trailer park to trailer park.
Yeah.
Is where they typically get a lot of their damage and stuff. But we're gonna try to make the best out of it. I wanted to build a house, but that's just not in the cards. But we keep looking at them, and a lot of the newer ones next to the back door, you'll come in and they have like a big farm sink, and it's a deep sink, and it's made for you to come in from the garden with like your vegetables and stuff, and you can clean the dirt and stuff off of them before you get in to the rest of your house. But I keep walking by them. I'm like, look, man, this one's got my part sink by the back door. And she's like, better than my kitchen sink, I guess.
Man, ain't wrong about that.
I mean, she's give up on certain things, but I mean, I give her everything that she wants as much as I can. So I mean, she's gonna have to take an L somewhere.
Yeah, gotta compromise eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem super hard what you're doing. I think there's some stuff that you'll get into once you get into it that nobody really seen coming. Somebody that's kind of done something similar could drop some pointers in the comments, and we'll fish through them and see if there's anything out there semi helpful. I love the idea of your family coming out.
Yeah.
Because people are starting to do that now. They're starting to just go out and they'll buy a bunch of land as a family, and they'll have, I mean, grandparents, aunts, uncles, everybody live right there around each other, and they're talking about how like helpful it is and stuff. And I was like, I didn't know this was a new thing. That was just life.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was back when we was both growing up, because like with you, you've always had your family here, and your mama and papa was just what 10 minutes down the road,
It's
if
1 mile
that.
driveway to driveway.
Yeah, and like back where I lived, I had my mom in one house. My dad divorced my mom when I was young, but he was living in another house. I had my aunt living in another house by 10 minute walk. It's not even 10 minutes, probably about 5 minutes through the woods. And I had my my great aunt at the end of my driveway. Everybody, it was just a holler.
Yeah.
Like it was all family, and moving out, like I thought I wanted to be away from all that, because growing up, it didn't feel like I had any privacy. I couldn't sneak out of the house without my entire family knowing and immediately calling my mother or my father. Like there was no hiding that. But now getting older, like I do miss it, because if something happened, I had an entire support system right there. Like when our shingles got blown off of a bad storm at my mom's house, even though my mom and dad were separated, my dad came over to help. My uncle came over to help. My great uncle came over to help. We knocked it out in one day.
Yeah. I mean, here, this one piece of property has been in the family for as far back as anybody can track it. I mean,
That's how it is with us up there too.
there's one of them. They're actively tracking it, and every time, I mean, they've went back. We're past the Civil War, and they still haven't found this property in anyone else's name. So it's always been us. It started out a lot bigger, but it keeps getting
Smaller with every generation.
yeah. So my parents, I bought my piece from them in high school, but my sister's going to inherit the other half. So what they had got split. What I have, it's going to go to my two kids, so that's going to get split. So the plots keep getting smaller. Every handful of generations, you get some people who just don't care about stuff like that, so they'll sell it. Sometimes, ideally, so I bought my uncle's piece because he just decided that he didn't want it no more. But he gave us a real good deal on it because we're family, and it's always been family land. So he come to us first, which real nice. And I think a lot of times that's how most of them do is they'll get with the other family and see if anybody wants to buy it. Usually come a little bit of a deal. Sometimes people just get a little greedy though, and they won't even mention it to the family. They just throw it on the market, and then somebody's moving in, and we're like, who is this? That's not nobody that was at the reunion. And we're like, what happened to the family land thing? So then keep an eye out. I mean, there's a handful of pieces I have my eye on. Before I die, I've got two pieces that I would like to buy, and then I want the kids to use my life insurance to buy another piece, and then hopefully within their lifetime they can buy another piece that's made its way out of the family just to get it back in the family. But I mean, everything connects. So like, I mean, you got my property. My parents are over here. Uh, my grandparents before they died, they were right over here. My other grandparents were just down the road. Uncles across the street, cousins on the back side of this field, and I mean, we could all, when we were kids, we could just run around. You didn't have to worry about the weird guy up the street. You knew who he was and you knew what he was into.
Yeah, you didn't have to be home by the sundown because as long as you're somewhere around here, you're going to make your way to a home eventually. It might not be your parents' home. You might end up staying at your cousin's house, or you might be end up at your grandmother's house or something. And like I miss that. I really do because like what happened to your family's land, what happened to ours? Because you know that farm that used to be around us down there, that used to be our land, but like a generation before my dad the siblings and stuff fought about it, so they sold that half off. And now, which the farmer there was a family friend, so that nobody in the family really cared it went to him because he's like me and they were like me and you. Like we're not family, but we are. So, but he ended up dying. His daughter wanted to keep the farm, but his son didn't. His son wanted the money from it. So they couldn't agree on it, and they went to court over it, and the court made them sell it. And now there's a fucking housing development going up on one half, and a Christmas tree farm going up on the other.
The housing development kind of sucks. The Christmas tree farm could be kind of cool, I guess.
I do like the Christmas tree farm idea because it does bring back trees to the area.
Right.
And like we had our squabbles when they first moved in, but I think a lot of that was just
Being new to the area.
being new, because the dude that moved in, he's not from the country. He's from the city. He just retired. He wants him to do like a little Christmas farm so he can stay busy, but he's growing trees. He ain't really doing that much.
Right.
So it keeps him a little bit active. I think it was more of just a culture shock of how we are because we have free range chickens and guineas and stuff over there on that property. My aunt, who's still over there now, she also has free range chickens, which a lot of our chickens ended up dying because they were wandering off. And here, if they wander off on somebody else's property, you're allowed to kill them. So people outside of the family were starting to kill them, which I don't understand. Like chickens, yeah, they're noisy. They are. But they are such a great pest control. They get rid of your ticks. They eat the tadpoles for skeeters and stuff out of the pond and whatnot. And especially if you got ducks. Great. Great for skeeters. Get rid of. But it's just.
Yeah, ours, I mean, since we got all these chickens, I mean, they've cleared out. I keep the neighbor's woods cleared out because where my house currently sits, it's kind of in the corner of our property.
Yeah.
And when they put it in, they put it too close to the property line. It's not where we wanted it, but that's where it ended up. So I keep the neighbor's property clean because I want it cleaned up around my house. I don't want snakes and bugs and everything like that getting close to my house. And we let our chickens free range, and they've cleared. I mean, down that whole property line, they've went back 10 or 20 feet. So I mean, I'd say the whole property line they've probably cleared out 3 or 4 acres for them. And I mean, it's all in the woods. So, I mean, they're scratching it down to the dirt, so they're getting rid of all the underbrush and stuff. You don't have to worry about forest fires as much. They're getting rid of all the bugs and everything they get their hands on. The only thing I can really understand neighbors having a problem with is we got a couple roosters that are a little aggressive. So, like, if they're getting around your kids or something like that, I could see that being a problem.
I do see that, but we didn't. We had one rooster. That's all we had. We one rooster. I want to say 40, 50 hens. Like, and a lot of them, like, we wasn't growing them to. reproduce. They weren't even meat chickens. We were just getting them for the eggs and to help with especially ticks because how bad ticks are now. We just wanted to get rid of all those nasty bugs, and they just started dropping off. Which I mean, I'm kind of mixed on it because it's like, yeah, I do understand it's your property. You don't want our chickens on your property. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm on board. I mean, the neighbors' dogs come around. That I mean, as long as they don't bother my chickens or the kids, I'm not worried about your dogs being around. Uh, Back before my wife was allergic to dogs, like our dogs, they would run loose. And I mean, one of the neighbors, he was feeding them. He took them in the house and gave them baths and stuff. Or, I mean, he basically adopted our dogs. They was at his house more than ours there at the end before they passed. And it's, I mean, some people though they get their property and they're very, this is my
Anal
property
yeah.
about it. Which I mean, that's fine. Just understand when you're moving to a neighborhood that's used to letting their animals roam and stuff like that. I mean, just be cool. Maybe come talk to them. Be like, hey, I kind of like all of my stuff to be, you know, not. I don't know, bothered with chickens. I don't know how
Yeah,
having
like
chickens around would bother you.
there's
But
always a respectful way to go about it. It's like when you first see it, just not come over to the neighbor house and be like, "Hey, man, like I noticed you got chickens up. Can you care to keep them in a pen?" Like
right,
that's all you got to do. Like just be respectful about it because it's just our way of life. Like we understand it's your property, but you also got to understand like before you moved in, it was a community.
yeah, and I mean I like it because you got. I mean, some stuff grows better in different soil and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So over here, we can get like okay tomatoes. We do really good with corn and taters. Um, a mile up the road at my papa's house, he couldn't hardly get corn to grow at all, and I don't think he ever had a tater grow over there. For what I don't know how, because taters don't really need a lot.
Yeah, they really don't. Those are typically like your hardy growers.
Yeah, but he could grow tomatoes like nobody's business. So we're like, we got the corn and taters, you got the tomatoes, trade around back and forth, everybody's fed. Uh, my cousins down the road, they've always had chickens. So, like, if we needed eggs or something, they've got them. We've got chickens now, so we're getting our own eggs. Our ducks are laying some good sized eggs.
Yeah, I seen that.
Those are, I think, like if you're baking or something, if it calls for like 2 eggs from like Walmart, you can use like one duck egg, like to bake with. Like they're good. I reckon they're real good to bake with. Uh, I like them, but I mean, we could trade eggs around with them. But yeah, like where you're wanting to move your whole family out there, like, one of yous can have chickens, one of yous can run the garden, one of yous can do rabbits or some kind of livestock, and y'all can all, as long as everybody does their part, everybody would be fine.
Well, what I was originally wanting to do is, like everybody has their own animal.
Mhm.
Like, cause my mom, she loves her guineas. She absolutely loves her guineas. Which, I mean, more to her, noisy as fuck. Like they're always whatever. I don't know if you call it chirping or what they do, but they're always doing it. They're worse than roosters are. And like somebody else can have the chickens, somebody else can have the rabbits. My brothers want to do the cows, so I would probably help with the cows because cows are just massive.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. But I was wanting to put the garden directly in the middle of everybody, and everybody helps with the garden. Like, so whenever you're done fucking with your chickens or whatever, if you want to say you want some strawberries, you just walk to the garden, pick you some strawberries, help weed it out. But that's another thing. Like I want the chickens for because chickens will scratch up all the weeds.
Right. Are they gonna be a problem for the garden though?
Probably first planting, absolutely, because they will scratch at it and pick up the seeds. Because that was a big problem when my aunt built her house, where they killed all the soil, moving all the equipment in. They was throwing out grass seed. Neighbors' chickens, free range too, would come over and eat all that grass seed before it could even take root. It was bad.
Yeah, where our chickens are, where the pen is. So they're fenced in, but I put a cover over it so the chickens can jump out free range. When it starts getting dark, they jump back in and they're good for the night. But you can't get nothing to grow in there. It's all scratched down. They've pulled
Yeah.
it down to the dirt. Uh, I think once they get a little big, maybe like your corn and stuff will be okay. I think anything low enough for them to peck at is probably gonna get pecked up. You're gonna have
Which
to fence around it.
I was still originally planning on fixing around it because your deers, your possums, your raccoons, and stuff like that, if you just have an unguarded garden, they'll come up and eat all your shit before you can. They don't care if it's ripe or not. They'll pick it and eat it,
Right.
especially deer.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do know a couple tips and tricks, like especially with deer, like what we used to do with mom's garden when I was still living with her. Uh, every now and then, like after we got done working or whatever, we take one of our sweaty shirts, whatnot, hang it up near the farm. The scent itself will keep the deer away.
Yeah. We back when I was a kid, me and Dad, we would just shave our head. We had the little buzz cutter, and I think we would do like the almost the smallest guard, and it was just all one size.
That's how it was for us too when I was growing up.
But we'd take all the hair shavings and sprinkle them out in the garden, because then like it's organic, so they break down, fertilize the garden, but also keep that human scent out there for
It's
a
actually
while.
pretty smart.
And then if your brother's gonna do cattle, or if you're gonna do rabbits, anything like that, you can use all their waste for fertilizer too.
That's the plan too. Like, cause like I'm not gonna have a small garden. Like at first it'll be small because it'll just be my cousin, my brother, and me. But as more people move in, the garden's gonna grow
Right.
because like I ain't a fan of tomatoes. Neither is my brother. Neither is my cousin. So we're probably not ever gonna grow a tomato. But if my mom ever ends up moving up out there, she absolutely loves it. She grows them at her place. So she'll probably end up planting tomatoes. She'll take care of the tomatoes, whatnot, and that's just I want to build that community again.
Yeah, yeah, it's real nice having. My wife grew up. Her her childhood house was right behind McDonald's. She
Yeah,
lived right in town.
yeah, that's right. Because she used to live up north.
Yeah, can't get out of. If you get out of the yard, her dad had the wood fence, like the privacy fence in their backyard. And it's like you can't really do anything outside your backyard, or you got to worry about who's coming around, stuff like that. People up the streets always moving in and out and stuff. And we moved out here, and when the kids were real little, I'd be out in the yard working. So I'm like, I can hear them if they holler for something, and they'll just. Yeah,
Wander off.
they'll be down the hill playing in the creek or something, and she's losing her mind. And like they're fine. Like, only person over there is my uncle.
He's probably watching them too because it's family. Like he's also making sure they're okay.
Right. They're. Being around. You won't, where you're not wanting to have kids, you're not really going to have that problem. But like if your brother or cousin or something like that has kids, them being able to just leave, because like my kids are old enough now. Uh, we don't leave them home alone like a lot, but if we're just going up to like the dollar store or something like that, we can leave them home alone. But they're surrounded by family. Like we
Your
see,
house is also right in the dead center of all your family too. So
yeah, I got pretty centralized. So if you get out, a couple miles in either direction, and you might get some neighbors that's not. But anybody that's this close. We had a call one time back when all the scam calls was going around. They was trying to sell me a security system, but they
already
were.
had the best security system.
Yeah, I don't know what angle they were going for, but they were wanting to know like how many rooms and what the layout of the house was and stuff. And I was like, I'm not giving that to
Nobody.
if you don't have my address and I've not invited you to my house, you're not going to know the layout.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, I've got what I need here for it. And he was like, well, what if somebody breaks in when you're not home? And I was like, my neighbors will handle it. And he's like, you got a lot of confidence in your neighbors. And I was like, well, it's my parents is one neighbor, my cousin's another neighbor, my uncle's another neighbor, and my neighbor on the other side is another cousin. I was like, they'll handle it if I'm not home.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that because the one of them, they have a security system, and it so far nothing's ever happened, but her alarm goes off sometimes. I think it's, I don't know if it just gets faulty sometimes or what, but it'll go off, and I mean, I'm back there. What's YouTube friendly? I'm strapped up and I'm running through her bushes, and I'm
Already there before anybody even knows alarm's going
yeah,
off.
I've done made a 360 around her house, and she's on the front porch, and she's like, "Who's in the bushes?" And I'm like, "It's me. Don't shoot." But we're yeah, my other neighbor down here, they're getting a little older, so I think they're putting their code in wrong or something. Her alarm's going off more often these days.
That's probably what it is.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, we've went down there, we've checked everything out there. I mean, if an alarm in this neighborhood goes off, there's 3 or 4 people come to make sure everything's good. I mean, no matter how many times it goes off, we can see their house from ours, so we know it goes off all the time. It's usually she put the code in wrong. She's getting hard of hearing now, so it goes off for a while. But I mean, we'll be looking and making sure we don't really go check it out anymore because we know it's not really nothing, but we're watching intently.
Yeah.
And but I mean, there's best security system you can have is relatives,
Absolutely. Relatives or
the
family,
right
friends.
relatives.
The right relatives, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to clarify on that because there are some relatives out there that they're the reason why you want a security system.
Yeah, we've had some. They sold their land and they moved, and we don't want them part of the security system, but
Yeah.
they left on their own accord. But sometimes it be like that. We gotta fix this. Oh, well, that's been another one. If you've stuck around this long, cool. Uh,
Thank you.
we'll see you next time. Uh, maybe we can get Hobo back in here one day if he would stop being so full of himself. He's not gonna see the edit of this either, so we're gonna let him have it, and he'll find out when you guys find out. But we'll see you next time. I've been Ryan.
I've been Samson.
We'll catch you later.